When an SSI/SSDI application is received at the local SSA office, the disability determination process begins. SSA uses a 5-step sequential evaluation to determine whether an applicant meets all eligibility requirements to receive disability benefits. SSA first determines non-medical eligibility. In other words, is the applicant financially eligible to receive benefits? This is determined in step 1 of the sequential evaluation. Is the person working at SGA or substantial gainful activity? SSA uses the term SGA to describe a level of work activity and gross monthly earnings. If the applicant is able to earn SGA, the application will be denied. This amount is set annually by SSA. Non-medical eligibility is also affected by additional factors that differ for SSI and SSDI. SSI is needs-based, so SSA will also look at the applicant's resources and living arrangement. SSDI is based on an applicant's work history and the contributions they and their previous employers have made into Social Security. If the applicant meets the non-medical eligibility requirements for one or both benefits, SSA will transfer the claim to the state's Disability Determination Services, or DDS, where a disability examiner or adjudicator will determine medical eligibility. DDS uses the same medical eligibility criteria for both SSI and SSDI. Step 2. Does the person have a severe impairment? DDS determines whether the applicant has a medically determinable impairment that is both severe and meets the duration requirement. In other words, do the medical records show that the applicant's physical or mental impairments have or will last for at least 12 months or result in death, and are those impairments severe enough to significantly limit the applicant's ability to earn SGA? At step 3, DDS determines whether the impairment meets or equals the listing. The listing of impairments, or the listings, is SSA's categorized list of illnesses and conditions and the severity criteria that must be met for a person to be considered disabled. To meet a listing, an impairment must meet the severity criteria. To medically equal a listing, the impairment must be at least equal in severity and duration to the criteria of any listed impairment. At SOAR, we like to say that step 3 is key. This step is critical as it is the first point at which a person can be found disabled and approved for benefits. An applicant can be approved at step 3 with sufficient medical evidence and clearly demonstrated functional impairments. It is the SOAR caseworker's job to submit a complete and thorough application packet that provides DDS with the information they need so that eligible applicants are approved and can begin receiving their benefits. Steps 4 and 5 of the sequential evaluation are more subjective and difficult to assess. In these steps, DDS determines whether the applicant can do any work they have done in the past or whether they can do any other work that exists in the regional or national economy. Once DDS makes their medical eligibility decision, they will return the claim back to SSA. SSA will then notify the applicant and their appointed representative of the decision by mail.